need to learn in order to optimize our LinkedIn space. So we have our expert in the room. So be ready to take your notes, honey, because ooh, I don't know. You can't win with you can't win unless you position. And Lord knows the positioning is real. The first card says the law of attraction brings only good into my life. Money is a state of mind that supports me. I allow prosperity to enter my life on a higher level than ever before. I allow prosperity to enter my life on a higher level than ever before. You know, we are entering spaces that we've never been in, earning money, the kinds of sums of money that we've never earned before. And we are asking for money we've never asked for before. So get ready, friends. Get ready, friends. Get ready, friends. Just get ready. All is well in my world. That's good enough. All is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. I am safe. So let's jump into our 5 minutes of gratitude because every day is a day to be grateful. Every day is a day to be grateful. It starts with the words starting today. Starting today. I need to forget what's gone. Ooh, this about to get deep. I can already tell. I ain't even finished reading it yet. Starting today, I need to forget what's gone, appreciate what still remains, and look forward to what's coming next. They don't even know who wrote that. Starting today, I need to forget what's gone, appreciate what still remains, and look forward to what's coming next. That's important to do that. So fill in the four blanks, something I believe in that gives me hope day to day. Something I believe in that gives me hope day to day. The best moment of today, a privilege I have that until now I've taken for granted. And the last one, a breakdown that led me to a breakthrough. And the affirmation says, life is a journey and I am growing wiser, stronger, and braver by the day. Life is a journey and I am growing wiser, stronger, and braver by the day. So let's jump into our deep breath of life daily inspiration for heart centered living. Today is January 9th. You are 9 days in to the new year. Some of you, it feels like just an extension of last year. And if that's the case, you really need to lean in over here because this is not an extension of last year. This is a brand new year. Brand new year, brand new things, brand new thoughts. Everything should feel new. Everything should feel new. Yes, new, 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 everything new. Yep, everything should feel new. It should not feel like an extension of last year. So it starts with the words, your point of power. It says, don't play for safety. It is the most dangerous thing in the world. Hugh Walpole. Don't play for safety. Some of you are playing it way too safe. It says when popular singer Bobby McFerrin got bored with his performance, he faced a crossroad in his career. After the smash success of the 1988 song Don't Worry, Be Happy, he set out on a long, grueling concert tour. But then the joy fell out. I wasn't being fair to my audience or myself, McFerrin confessed. I wasn't present. I wasn't scared anymore. McFerrin dropped out for 2 years, spent quality time with his family, explored novel musical forms. He came back fresh and imaginative, established the groundbreaking ensemble Sinchestra, performed duets with premier cellist Yo-Yo Ma, and went into classical conducting. I attended a innovative Bobby McFerrin concert during which I and the rest of the audience waited the entire evening for Bobby to sing Don't Worry, Be Happy. He did it. I have a formula for knowing if a next step is the right one for you. If you feel both excited and scared, that is it. If you're just excited and not afraid, there is no challenge, no stretching, no initiation. You are still in your safe zone and growth is unavailable. If you are not afraid, there is no positive motivation. Why walk through a fear? Why walk through a fear unless there is something you are walking forward? But if you are simultaneously turned on and frightened, do it and watch your growth skyrocket. You owe it to yourself, your loved ones, and your clients to stay on the cutting edge. If your career or relationship is a bore, step back and ask yourself, what would it take to make it exciting? Then ask yourself, what would it take to make it scary? The intersection of the two answers is your point of power. I pray to follow my spirit and walk past fear to make my dreams come true. Powered by enthusiasm, I step forward to greater things. Honey, if you ain't scared and excited, is that what they said? Well, I'm right where I'm supposed to be then. Because I'm both. If you are not afraid and excited, hi, Chiana. If you are not afraid and excited, you are not doing the right thing for you. You are playing it safe. You are in the comfort zone. You are being way too safe. You have got to step out to where the excitement and the fear live together. If you are not where the excitement and fear lives together, you are in the wrong place. You got to change your address. Because the fear is where the stretching happens. The excitement is where all of the growth is. Let's go. Let's go. Last thing we added for 2026, simple abundance, a day book of comfort. Simple abundance, a day book of comfort. And for January 9th, it's pretty short. It says, what is it you truly need? That's a question. What is it you truly need? It says, in my life's chain of events, nothing was accidental. Everything happened according to an inner need. I believe that. It says, do you have everything you need right now? What about your wants? Few of us have everything we want, and at times our wants can seem positively all-consuming. Our sensibilities become confused and overstimulated by mass media that glorifies beautiful people and expensive objects. It's easy to lose clarity about what it is we need to live authentically. Most of us are hungering for something more in our lives, but do you really think the answer can be found in a glossy magazine or on a movie screen? If we are to live happy, creative, and fulfilled lives, it is crucial to distinguish between our wants and our needs. Unfortunately, many women blur the distinction and then wonder why they feel so diminished. Make peace with the knowledge that you can't have everything you want. Why? Because it's more important for us to get everything we need. Like infants, we feed contentment when our essential needs are met. Be courageous. Ask yourself what it is. What is it I truly need to make me happy? The deeply personal answers to the vital question will be different for each of us. Trust that the loving wisdom of your heart, trust the loving wisdom of your heart. It is the only it is only after we acknowledge our inner needs that we can harness the creative energy necessary to manifest them in our lives. It is inevitable when one has a great need of something, one finds it. Gertrude Stein reminds us what you need, you attract like a lover. What you need, you attract like a lover. I love that so much. These words that we have been sharing these last 9 days are so deep and speaking loud into our souls and spirits. Every single word from starting today, I need to forget what's gone. Some stuff is gone. Some stuff ain't coming back. It's not coming back. Appreciate what still remains. Better yet, appreciate who still remains. And look forward to what's coming next. Some people are gone. They did not make it with you to the new year. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Be appreciative of those who still remain and how they play parts in your world. Lean into whoever they are. And those who have taken their leave, we okay with that. We're better than okay with that. They needed to go. You know what they was doing. They needed to go. So the words are there. The point of power from the other book says, if you are afraid and excited, you're in the right place. If you're not afraid and excited, you're in the wrong place. What could you do to get yourself in the right place? If whatever you're doing is not exciting and not scaring you, it's too easy. It's safe. You're in your comfort zone. Come on out of the comfort zone. I'm so extremely happy and grateful for what it is that we're about to do. Uh, there's an aha moment. Go ahead, Tori.
You knew I was coming with my aha because every time you always talking about your girl. And I keep talking about this chick, but what you said is so right. If these people are not meant to be in your life, y'all, they will leave. All this stuff that happened between the first, and I get on Instagram yesterday, y'all. This girl is opening up an office 9 minutes away from my office. And I'm like, Lord, I am being duplicated but never authenticated. They don't want to tag me in the remix. I mean, nothing. But I know that I prayed and asked God to be an influencer. And I'm so grateful. I just had to flip it like, I'm grateful that I can influence somebody else to do something that they want to do, even though they want to do it like me. But they could never, they could
Never.
never
Could
do
never.
it like the original.
Never. Listen, and that's on period. There and the other part, who is for you is for you. Just like the sheep in the field. You could put multiple herds together and stand all 5, 7, 9 shepherds at the front. And when they call, the sheep that belong to each shepherd will find the appropriate shepherd. Who is assigned to you is assigned to you. Who is assigned to me is assigned to me. There are 27 people in the movie The Secret. There's 27 secret teachers saying the same thing 27 different ways. But if I ask you, do you know the 27 secret teachers? You're going to say, it was 27? You're going to say, I know Lisa Nichols. I know Jack Canfield. You're going to say, I may know T. Harv Eker. I may know John Assaraf, but how many more was it? You heard who resonated with you. That's just what's going to happen. That's why it can be 17 coaches teaching health and wellness, because what you do and how you do it is not the same as what that person does, and how they do it. See, you got your own secret sauce. They could do it, but they ain't got your sauce. Honey, it's wellness places all over Atlanta, but they ain't got my sauce. They not even competition. Because what's for me is for me. And that's on period. So without further uh, delay, delay, without further ado and delay, we have our major rule breaker, risk taker, and cycle breaker in the room today. And this, well, it ain't got to be your last Friday. You could continue to come and hang out with us on Friday. You ain't got to not be here. But let me turn on my button so I can get these words out the right way, because every week we way because me. Today, for the 12th week, we have none other than the risk taker, rule breaker, cycle breaker, a person that you can add to your team that can help you take risks, break rules, and break cycles. Somebody who really needs no introduction, somebody who has accolades from a #1 best-selling book, presidential awards, and a doctorate added to her name, that is here with no invoice, teaching each of us how to stand out in a place, LinkedIn, where people come to spend money. We're not talking about no other spaces, no Instagram, no TikTok, no Twitter, no none of those. They don't come to spend money over there. But when they come to the LinkedIn space, if they call your name, it's because they got a check. So without further ado, please help me welcome Dr. Tawana Ross. Burr, 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 burr.
I just love it. I swear I love it. Y'all, hey, happy Friday, everybody. Let me go ahead and share this with you real quick so I don't forget, because this is right in alignment with what we've been talking about all day today. This is a pattern I've noticed in successful people. I didn't write this, by the way. I'm just reading this. Uh, they're all a bit delusional about their abilities. Okay, we're talking about successful people here.
Mm-hmm.
Not arrogant, just unreasonably optimistic about what they can figure out. While everyone else is listing reasons why something won't work, they're already trying it. Half the time they're wrong, but the other half changes their life. Reasonable people don't build unreasonable lives. Okay. Let me just go back and highlight the reason that I'm sharing this today. Half the time they're wrong. Okay. And in a moment, we're going to open the floor because today is open coaching, aha moments, role playing, any kind of help that you need. But based on the question we just heard, what is it you truly need? What is it you truly need? That is the theme for today. So you will have an opportunity to get what you need today if you take it. Half the time they're wrong. I'm stressing that because 99% of you are running from fear. and failure. I heard you say it. It came out your mouth. I don't want to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that has been your mantra up to this point,
Forget about it.
then you understand why successful people are successful, even when they are wrong half of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you haven't connected the dots on that yet, let it resonate, let it sit with it, because maybe, maybe that applies to you. But for those of you that want to get from point A to point B and you need help, today is your opportunity. The floor is completely yours. I will stay here as long as it takes to get your questions answered, scenarios clarified, any kind of direction that it is you need today. I see some new names today.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
welcome.
Leslie already got a hand up.
This Leslie. Come on now. Show them
Yeah,
how.
I want to get my name on the list real quick. So I just want to share some things and then ask a couple of questions, I guess. So for you guys that have not done your LinkedIn yet, please do it. Oh my gosh, please do it. So I was telling Darlaina Rose the other day that I have been trying to move one of my license from New Jersey to Georgia forever. And
Yes.
it's taken me
Years. Forever, years. Just say years, because
years,
yeah.
literally years. And it's cost multiple money each time. And just had, I just was like, when I did it again in July, I just was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna have to make it work. I've been commuting back and forth to Jersey to do what I do because I can't move my license here.
Hmm.
Well, as a result of being on LinkedIn, literally,
Listen, take notes. Take notes, y'all. Listen.
literally the
Take
week
notes.
before, so the week before the end of the year, just after Christmas, no, actually the Christmas week, I was trying to figure out how, because after a call, I'm always plotting and planning. So I was trying to reach Gwinnett County College because I was like, I want to start teaching some continuing education there. That scares me to death, but I want to do it, right? I was trying to figure out through LinkedIn who I could reach out to, who I could start connecting with, so who I could start nurturing a relationship with. Bam. Put that plan together. Didn't have a chance to execute because it was just a plan because the holidays was here. So the week before the end of the year, like that Monday, my phone starts, my email and texts and my LinkedIn starts blowing up with this guy. So I reach out because I've been putting out fillers for like jobs and stuff. Long story, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, I reach out to him. I share. He says come in. Blah blah blah. He's with Gwinnett County College. I'm like, shut the front and the
Door.
back door. What? He found me because he found me on LinkedIn. He was reaching out to me that whole week, connecting back and forth, trying to get a setup so we can meet up soon as the new year came in. Bam. I do that. I go meet him. Y'all, how about I get there
Tell him, Les. Tell him,
and
Les.
find out that this dude is the president, the current sitting president
Of
of Atlanta, of the Georgia Board of Massage. The
Nice.
freaking president.
Nice.
Not only that, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm excited. I'm excited. So I go in there, we have a conversation. He's telling me, what I needed to do, why they fell, why it broke down, blah, blah, blah. I leave his office. He calls me back 3 hours later. I'm like, well, I've been on the phone since you left. 3 hours. Calling around to everybody. He said, I just got off the phone with the New Jersey board sitting president on your behalf. And this is what we came up with. And this is what you got to do. And I'm sitting there on the phone. He can't see this. Tears flowing down my face, not for no other reason, not because I was talking to him, not because of what he was saying, but because I love Darlaina Rose. I love this group. We have been showing up. You have blessed us. Oh my God, I can tell y'all more stories about who's reached out to me on LinkedIn for work. The last week of the year, I had 6 offers from people to come for me to come to work with them. Y'all don't understand. I didn't share this with anybody. I didn't tell anybody, but I was struggling personally because this has been what I want to do and I know that I want to do it. So I literally have been sacrificing certain things. And in those sacrifices, I got kind of sick in the middle of it because I was trying to start this school and it put my son's house at jeopardy. And that amount he was in jeopardy for was only $3,300. Like about to lose a whole house for $3,300. I said, Lord God, you cannot let that happen, blah, blah, blah. In the last hour, December 31st, 12:14 p.m., he showed up and showed all the way out. And LinkedIn, oh my God. Then I got to share this part with y'all too. And I'm telling y'all, because this is grace, this is favor. This was this time, literally, if I read in my journal this time last year, I was totally brokenhearted. I was totally feeling lost. I did not. I was praying, God, help me with my unbelief. So at the New Year's party on December 31st, down in my nephew's basement, sitting on a couch in a dark room, I'm sitting next to this new lady who showed up because we do it every year and we've been doing this for years and years. So this nice young lady sitting next to me, I can look at her face, see she has some scarring, pitting on her face. I do not even know how we started talking about skincare. I don't even know how I started, but it did. So in the dark, down in my nephew's newly renovated basement, I'm sitting on the couch consulting with her about her skin. Long story short, 3 days later, I sent her an invoice for $420 to pick up some products from me. Then I sent her another invoice for $750 to do my new program that I developed because of Miss Tawana, Dr. Tawana. So it's completely virtual. So she will work with me for 90 days. And the program I call it is a 90-day skincare recovery program because people go get, it's like she was getting laser surgery. She said, well, as of today, now we in the dark, y'all. She said to me, I'm supposed to go tomorrow for an $800 laser treatment. I'm not going. I'm going to wait for you to call me back and let's get started. I just got started with her. I would have never thought to create that program. I would have never thought to charge her that. I was thinking, I always think about the lifetime cycle, how to get the most out of my clients initially because of the life cycle that you're going to work with a client. But doing it that way would have never did it if Dr. Tawana wouldn't call me out last week. So I'm sharing that to say to you guys, if y'all doubted that LinkedIn is important or you've been slow, you don't have, listen, let me tell you, my website, I took the stupid thing down from my other website because it was Share Skin Aesthetics and people can't say aesthetics. So I was rebranding aesthetics, but the website was still there. My new brand is My Spot Works 365, which was always, but I wasn't using it. I don't have a website on there. I don't even have a website on there. They're not even going to a website. They're literally looking at what is on LinkedIn and they're making their decision. So you don't have to have it perfect. You really don't. And I am the poster child of thinking that you do. And I'm sharing with you that you don't. So, oh my God, guys, just do that dang on LinkedIn. Because it works. It freaking really does work. I had 4 Zoom calls this week with people from California, from Florida. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the piece de resistance, so y'all know I want to work with, well, Darlaina and Dr. want to know I want to work with spot owners, right? But it's challenging because they already in their businesses. They already think they doing things. They already think they the ish with stuff. So reaching out to them is really kind of hard. But anyway, I was standing in the middle of one yesterday, and she was doing some stuff, and she knows what I do, so she asked me for a share. So I gave her a share. Now she owns that spa and she owns a med spa. So she don't want to hear from me. Girl, I start talking to her, and while I'm talking to her, she pulls out she's scrambling. I'm like, what is she, what? She starts scrambling through this drawer, like real hectic, like grabbing a pen and a paper. She starts writing out all the stuff I'm sharing with her. Then she runs in the back while I'm still talking. She said, keep talking, just keep talking. She comes out the back with all this stuff in her arms. She's pulling stuff off the shelves and she's rearranging stuff. Cause I told her, I said, you got 11 treatment rooms for massage. You got 2 treatment rooms for skincare, but you got $15,000 worth of skincare products on the shelves. That the math ain't mathing and it's not making sense. And people aren't coming to your spa to buy skincare, and you only got 2 estheticians moving products. You're gonna have products going bad before you can move the products out. She was like, oh my God, I never thought about it like that. She said, what do I do? Cha-ching!
Cha-ching.
Said, Lord have mercy, God is good. So again, I say, if you haven't done your LinkedIn, just do a little bit. But guys, it is worth it. Oh, it is so worth it. So I spent a lot of time with that one. So I'm gonna give the floor to someone else. And Dr. Tawana, I do have a few questions, but I will probably call you on the back end with them. Is that okay?
All right. That is fantastic. Thank you, Miss Leslie.
Woo!
Thank you for sharing. Miss Leslie just proved the statistic that I love throwing around so much as a coach. According to ICF, the International Coaching Federation, people who hire coaches reach their goals 2 times faster, okay, than those who go it alone, right? Uh, I believe that statistic. I see that in my life on a regular basis. That people will come to me. I give you the blueprint when you call me. All of you know I have given you the blueprint. If you spent some time with me, I gave you the blueprint and didn't charge you a dime. You know why? Because 99% of the people I give it to don't do shit with it. Okay? I give freely to prove that point to people, right? And then I'll call somebody a year later. Hey, remember we were talking last year? I gave you the blueprint for how to publish your book. Where's your book? I want to buy one. Oh, I never did it. Well, okay, you didn't do it because you didn't have a coach. The one decision that would have put you on a different path is a decision you didn't make. Yep. So how valuable is the blueprint? It's not. It's not. Having the blueprint doesn't do anything for anybody. You could Google it, you could go to YouTube University and get the blueprint, but that isn't going to change your life. What changes your situation and gets you from point A to point B is hiring a coach so you can reach your goals 2 times faster. Because why? You're trying to figure it out on your own. Yep. You know how expensive it is to figure it out on your own? You know, this dude who just last month called me for help publishing his book. And I said, you know what? I like you. I did. I mean, dude was super fine. I mean, my head was somewhere else, but I figured, oh, well, I could partner with him. You know, he could be a project in my life, you know. His beard was super fresh. You know, that's what I like. So I said, you know what? I like you. I'm going to do this for $5,000. No, good. Well, that's a $10,000 package. But I said, no, I'm going to do it for you for $5,000. This dude told me he didn't have $5,000. That made me question my life choices, because why would I partner with a dude who don't have $5,000 handy to reach his goals? Like, that doesn't even make sense. But said dude published his book. He did. He went to YouTube University and he published his book. Not only did he do it incorrectly, so Amazon did not accept his book when he submitted it for publishing because he did it incorrectly. He never achieved what the goal was. The guarantee that I give everybody is we're not even going to attempt to publish a book unless your goal is to become a best-selling author. If that's not your goal, don't hire me. Go to YouTube University. But I'm over here helping people become best-selling authors. Okay. So if that's not what you want, don't hire me. But that's what he said he wanted. And then he went off to figure it out on his own. And he did not hit his goal. My $5,000 invoice would have been way cheaper than him saving face in the contract that he lost because he told this one business that he was publishing his book and his book was going to be a bestseller and that they should want to partner with him. He lost that deal. I bet you his thoughts around $5,000 look different now. I bet you. Okay. Thank you, Miss Leslie. Thank you, Miss Leslie. Miss Leslie, by the way, if you all recall back to week two, it was week 2, because I gave y'all homework in week 1. And Miss Leslie was the first person to actually do it. Thank you, Miss Leslie. I appreciate you and the work that you've done up to this point. It's not a mistake. I appreciate you so much.
And I'm going to just say this, guys. What she just described was me before. When she came on, I knew the grace that she was. I knew the blessing she was. And I know life gets in the way. So it was my mindset to do it right then, right there, so that it don't get lost in life's busyness. So I didn't do anything because I'm super special. I just did it because she said that statistic that most people won't. And I want to change. I don't want 2026 to be the same as 225 or before. So it ain't too late.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ain't, because I finished
It's never too late.
finished all the writing last week.
Yay!
All the writing is done. Now I just gotta plug it and play it. And then once the plug is plugged, then I'll ask privately for my review.
All right. Miss Noreen says there are people that teach being a best-selling author isn't necessary. It's not. It's not necessary. It really isn't. That's why you see so many people have a book. Everybody has a book. Having a book is not special anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time. Being a best-selling author isn't necessary. However,
It is nice.
it is rather prudent to become a best-selling author so that you, little old you, can add the commas and zeros to your invoices that you don't currently have today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm going to put it to you the way my coach put it to me. We're publishing your book on Monday. On Tuesday, you will raise your fees. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Because there's something that the capitalist society has taught us about titles. Certain titles have value to them. So while being a best-selling author is not necessary, having the title is a win that regular people don't get to experience. They don't get to experience that.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't. And I know that because everyone has a book, the kind of work I do is not unique and special. Somebody wants to write a book, okay, go do it, right? You could publish tomorrow. You literally can take what you have. I had this conversation 2 days ago with someone who's already got their manuscript done. And so what are you on the phone with me for? Go publish the shit. You got it done. Go
Did it. Go do it.
publish it, right? Upload, hit the button, submit, right? But the thing is, everything changes around your personal brand when people can look at you and see the receipts that equal your accountability, your credibility, your value. Okay, so all I ask is that if any of you are ever going to invest the time that it takes to publish a book, and by the way, that's hours. Okay, if you really want to know, that's hours. At the most days, like if you started right now with your first word, what's today, Friday? You'll be done by Wednesday. Seriously, it takes no time to write a book. Okay, but only do that process, folks, if you intend to be a best-selling author. There's no other reason to do it. You know, pride, get it out of your head. Okay, that's great, right? That's great. But you're investing time and energy into a project that should be the foundation for an entire business model just by having a best-selling book. Okay. So my fees should be much higher. Absolutely. Girl, if you don't quit playing with me, did you say 9 times? Y'all check the chat? Does it say 9 times best? My glasses.
Yeah.
She playing in my face today, y'all. She straight up playing in my face today.
Noreen missed last week. She wasn't here last week. So, give her a little
Okay,
grace. She wasn't here
She really
last week.
wasn't, because I totally missed her last week. Yes, Miss Noreen, your fees should be in direct correlation with the value you bring to the table. And if one best-selling book is valuable, you're not. Okay, let me give you a new idea. This is what I would do if I were you, Miss Noreen. I would do it for you. I'm gonna give you the hack right here. This is what you're gonna do with your girl. If you don't quit playing with me, okay, y'all. This is Miss Noreen's LinkedIn banner. Okay, at the top of her page, y'all see that? How many books are in that picture?
One.
Listen. Graphics, whichever one of you does graphics, whichever one of you is gifted at creating graphics, I need somebody to volunteer and create a banner for Miss Noreen that shows all 9 books in the banner. Somebody is gifted in that way. I don't know who you are. You got her. Thank you, Miss Tori. Please showcase all 9 book covers. At least 7. I mean, maybe one was like a long time ago. We lost the cover or whatever. I mean, great. But all of your books, all. Do you know how much more we will pay you just because the graphic shows 9 best-selling books? Girl, add those commas and zeros, please. Okay. And Miss Tori, please create a banner for Miss Noreen that showcases all 9 covers. You might have to go to Amazon and put her name in so you get the graphic or get the photo for all 9, or Google, wherever we got to go. Miss Noreen, you probably have these covers somewhere on your computer, but the two of you, please work together and be each other's accountability partners on this, because that's a simple fix. This is a simple fix. I mean, yes, we see the one book, we see credibility because you've got your logos there. We see credibility right now. All I'm saying, Miss Noreen, is the credibility I see right now in my mind when my brain is budgeting what I need to hire you, I opened this and my brain said $5,000 is what I would invest. But honey child, if you don't change this banner and get your 15,
Come on, honey child.
I'm telling you, do you know there are people less qualified than you? I know because I pay these people. These coaches out here $15,000 for their services, and they got one book. Best sellers.
There it is.
$15,000. All you got to do is change the banner, show us the 9, even if it's grainy. The fact that we can see, as a matter of fact, you just put the words there, 9-time best-selling author on everything. Put it on your business card, your website, everything should say 9-time best-selling author. You would be a fool not to listen to this woman. This woman has done the thing over and over and over. You would be a fool not to pay her $15,000 invoice. You'd be a fool. I hope that helps.
So, Dr. Tawana,
It's an easy fix.
Can you hear me, Dr. Tawana?
Yes, ma'am. And then I got you, Miss Sherry.
Okay, I'm sorry, Sherry. Quick question. So, as a person who has helped 30 people publish books, I should have a banner that says that I've done that for clients, correct?
Well, hold on. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Let me just ask one clarifying question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want people to pay you for this?
Oh, absolutely.
Then hell yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I mentioned last week that I saw a pattern because I checked on all of you online. I looked at your pages, your websites, and whatnot. I did my research to see who are you, what are you working on, how can I help? And the pattern that I saw is the majority of you are not asking for the sale. Mm-hmm. You're asking us to recognize how brilliant you are. You're asking us to recognize that you exist in the world, but you don't ask us to buy anything. You don't tell us what to buy. You don't give us a link to go buy it. You don't ever set us up with a buying mindset. Okay.
Is that a skill, Dr. Tawana, you think that has to be developed? Is there somebody or some book that has maybe some tips that we should read or someone we should follow that specifically speaks to getting better at sales? I know I'm terrible at sales. I feel like sometimes sales feel okay, but I do want the money. So how can I be what's the word, authentic in asking for the sale for my brilliance?
That's a great question.
And before you answer, but the first thing you got to do is change your verbiage. You're wonderful at sales. So just start there and then go ahead, doctor. Sorry about that.
She's right. And that's my first point. I got 2 for you. The first point is, I mentioned this last week, some of us are intimidated by the word sales. So throw out the word, okay? Throw out the word sales and focus on what this really is. And what this really is that there are people out there who have a particular problem and you solve that problem. So what we are calling sales is just you positioning yourself as the solution provider for someone who has a problem that you solve. Your inner core, the you at your core that genuinely wants to help people. I know this is you because a lot of you told me how much you want to help people, and I responded, that's why you don't see the money in your account, because helping don't pay. Okay. But at your core, I know you're the type of person who wants to help. So if you really want to help, it should motivate you to position yourself around people who need help. Okay. The only difference between you offering help and you offering your services is an invoice. That's the only difference. Okay. Now, mind you, I should have started with my disclaimer up top. My disclaimer is I am a career sales professional. So your question of, is this a skill you need to develop? That's what I literally went to school for and had a 20+ career in sales management, sales training. Okay. My mama pushed me out to go door-to-door sales when I was 10. No, that's not true. 11. I was 11 doing door-to-door sales, selling encyclopedias. So that's all I know. That's my disclaimer there, I'm coming from a sales perspective as a sales professional. That said, yes, it is a skill that you develop. Yes, it is a skill just like everything else that you pull out a book and read. You go to a workshop and learn. You hire a sales coach. Like, you do all the things to learn this skill, because as business owners, we don't have a choice. Okay, so here are my 2 recommendations for you. These are 2 of my favorite sales books. 2 of my favorite, both by the same author, by the way. The coach told me that the problem solvers make the most money. Exactly. Because if you're solving problems, you're positioning yourself amongst people who have the problem, right? And all you're doing is sharing with them how you solve the problem. When you make it magnetic enough, people will pay you gladly for your services. Okay, so first book. I think y'all will really like this one. Sell It Like Jesus. Sell it like Jesus. Okay.
Wow. Thank you, Rob.
The second one, again, these are both the same author, both written by Dave Anderson. I showed you his book the very first time I came here, not one of these 2, but his newest book, which is called The New Black Agenda, which I do highly recommend, because that book talks about how we as a people really do have solutions that he talks about in the book, and he also gives you all of the resources that you need in order to come together as a people so that we can together execute on our agenda. And then somewhere in the last section of the book with resources, you will see my name in that book as a resource for LinkedIn coaching. So the second book, this one is actually my favorite. It is called Pitch, Sell, Upsell, Repeat. Let me give that to you again. Pitch, sell, upsell, and repeat. Okay, this is a sales process. He broke it down to as simple as he can make it. You pitch, you sell, you upsell, and you do it all over again. Repeat. Okay, those are 2 sales books that I would start with. In addition to those 2, any books that help you understand the psychology of sales, like there is an actual book called The Psychology of Sales, but the topic itself, I also recommend looking at that, because what you will find is that some of you are not adverse to sales. Some of you are adverse to the money you make as a result of sales, which means this is not a sales problem. It's your relationship with money. Okay. Some of you have got to heal your relationship with money, which is a block in terms of you selling. Okay. How do I know that? Because I made a career in sales. Okay. Just saying. So thank you for the question. I hope that helps. You got 2 books there as a resource, but really any sales related book will help you, and especially books that have to do with the psychology of sales, because most likely your block is not sales related. Most likely your block is money related. I hope that helps. So Miss Sherry is in the house.
Wow. You go to hit the unmute button and it disappears. So I wanted to just offer this as one of the book, I think, incentives or observations. The person I work for, Monique Greenwood, wrote a book 30 years ago, and her book was called Having What Matters. And when I read that book, I felt she don't have all of that and yada yada. She got it all now.
Mm.
So I feel like that book was an affirmation for her life, because not only does she have all of that now, she has like surpassed that. But I just wanted to offer that. I also wanted to ask, Lord have mercy, I want to listen with intention so that I soak up what's being said. But I did have I went through my notes to find my questions. Now I customized my URL, but when I put LinkedIn in the browser, the old one comes up too. Does that matter?
The old URL comes up?
Right, the one with the numbers, like you told us to get rid of that and customize it.
Right.
So they both come up. When I put LinkedIn in the browser, they both come up. The one with Sherry Hobson and the numbers. I wonder if that's because I still have that duplicate page.
You do have two profiles. However, the actual URL on the profile that we want to keep, the one where you have the
Legacy
connections.
Bolani.
Right, exactly. That URL.
Let me see. Yeah. So where should I look? Because oh no, I'm in the right. Because when I browsed it, it says linkedin.com/in Legacy Bolani.
Legacy Bolani. Yep, I'm looking at it. So that's correct.
Okay.
Isn't that?
Yeah, that's correct. That's the one I changed. But I'm just saying, when I put LinkedIn in the browser, the old one came up too.
Because you just went to regular LinkedIn, not an actual URL for a profile. So the Legacy Bulani is an actual URL that goes to your profile. Right. So if you went to your browser and just put in linkedin.com, it's going to go to LinkedIn, not a profile.
Okay.
Right. So your URL is what takes you to the actual profile.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I just thought I'm just having a hard time with technology. And I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something that I did or did not do why that old one is still coming up. I also
when you say the old one, you mean the old profile?
The old here, like how do I say this?
The old profile.
You told us to customize our URL. So I customized my URL, but the one that's not customized still comes up on the browser. That's
correct. Yes. The profile still comes up because the profile hasn't been canceled yet. It hasn't been deleted.
Okay.
So
and
you
I
still
guess I'm
have
afraid to delete stuff.
Being scared and excited at the same time.
Yes, I am scared and excited at the same time.
Scared and excited at the same time. You're probably on the right path. But here's what we already know, Miss Sherry. We already know that the second account you have, which is this one, by the way, just so I'm clear.
Yes.
The one with your daughter's picture that's so beautiful. We already established that that's the account you want to delete. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's no followers. There's no connections. The only thing you have there is a beautiful picture of your daughter, which
and my premium career
girl,
membership.
let it go.
Let it go.
Let it
because
go.
I
That
was
20
going,
some dollars is going to stress you out. Let it go. Go ahead. You can get premium on the right account.
right. I was going, so you were right, but I wanted to make sure that my memory is serving me. They want me to sign up for business premium.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's okay.
You definitely need the business version of premium. The version that you had is for career professionals, which
Mhm.
still gives you the LinkedIn premium badge. Yes, so we can check that box. However, it doesn't give you the features that you need to run your business. It only gives you features that help you get a job.
Okay,
That's the difference.
got it. I'm
So yeah,
clear.
it's worth an extra $30 to get the business premium.
Now when I selected premium, they were trying to charge me $99 at first.
That's for a
And-
sales navigator. Yes.
right.
That is the top of the line, but none of us need that because none of us are running enterprise organizations.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Um, I just had another question. Oh. So we had a homework assignment, which I did not do, to connect with um, seek out 5 people that you want to connect with.
Yep.
And you instructed us that we should message them, not just connect with them.
Correct.
Like not just hit connection because then it uses up the connections that we have.
And because if there's no message in your connection request, we, the recipient, have a reason not to accept.
Okay. Okay.
And Sherry, if you're still in the program you're in, you won't even be able to do it
What do you mean?
because so that's what happened. What I found out why mine was so cheap is because when we did it from our phone, it defaulted and gave us that career one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you. And that's exactly how I got premium was because I was using my phone.
On the phone.
And
I did
and,
it too,
and
and it took me in that career one.
Yep.
yeah,
But
yeah.
so the homework she gave us, I was unable to do it, and that's how I discovered what the problem was because those features aren't allowed in the career one, so we have to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's worth the extra 30 or whatever it is to get the premium business package, not the premium career package. Great point right there, Miss Sherry. You can't message people directly the way you could with the premium version for business. So
Well,
you are limited in that aspect.
I didn't even well, actually I did try, but then I couldn't figure out how to pull up how do I get you unless you have the regular premium, then you can't even see the multiple people. Because that was the
Correct.
challenge. I was like, I don't even see,
Correct.
I don't even none of these
Right.
people I want to connect with, they don't
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
inspired, so I couldn't. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give
You
it a go.
didn't miss anything there. Way back in the second week that we were here, is either first or second, but I believe it was the second. Someone asked me, should you have premium and why? And I gave you two reasons for having premium. Number one is we make a split-second decision about you and your brand when we see the premium logo or we don't. Okay, LinkedIn has trained us over these years to look for that badge. And when we don't see it, we immediately make a judgment about you. Some of you have seen me speak at conferences and whatnot, and almost always from the stage, I will make a bold statement from the stage. I say, we do not do business with people who don't have premium. We don't, right? We don't. Why? Because it says a whole lot about your mindset that on the one platform that is either sales prevention or sales enablement, you don't have the one feature that would help you stand out, which represents credibility and authority. So we have been trained to look for that. That's one reason you should have it. The second reason, and the one that has made me so much money is the one page on LinkedIn, this one page on LinkedIn, according to LinkedIn, more people spend more time on this one page than any other page on the platform. And that one page is the page that shows you who's viewed your profile. Now, if you go to that page right now, okay, you'll know how to get there. If you're looking at your home page on LinkedIn in the top left corner, there's a little box and it'll say people who have viewed your profile. It's got a little number that's a hyperlink. You click it. When you get to that page, if you have the free version of LinkedIn, you can only see up to 5 people at a time. At a time. Okay. For some of you that get visibility, only 5 people at a time means that you have to sit there and refresh that page multiple times a day just to keep up with who's viewing your profile. That's with the free version. Some of you have the premium version, and this is why I pay for this month in and month out, because that one page, I'm gonna give you the T right now. If you have premium and you go to the page of who's viewed your profile, you see 90 days worth of people. Okay, put that in perspective. Somebody gets to see 5, but they got to keep refreshing the page just to keep up with the 5. If somebody else gets 90 days worth. Okay, now get ready, put this in your notebook. Here's where this one page makes me money. When you go to this page, I got to pull it up. So I am not lying to you here. When you go to this page, what you're going to notice if you scroll through the 90 days of people who viewed your profile, underneath someone's name, and it's not for every single person. It's driven by the algorithm, but sometimes under the person's name, it'll say things like found you via homepage. It might say found you in messages, found you in a group. Okay, it gives you a clue as to how this person came across you. Okay, and like I said, it's not under every person. And by the way, this really works on the desktop version, not so much the mobile version. But I always encourage you to use LinkedIn, the desktop version, except for the 10 minutes a day that you're scrolling. Do that on your phone. But when you're looking at the names of people who have viewed your profile and you see underneath, anytime that it says found you via search, okay, write that in your notes, put a star by it, because that is your best friend. That's the best thing you can ever see on LinkedIn is found you via search. Here's why that makes me money every month. When I look at 90 days worth of people who have viewed my profile and I see that tag, found you via search, I know that is what we call in sales, that's what we call a warm lead.
Mm-hmm.
A warm lead, whereas everybody else on the page is a cold lead. Okay, why does that matter to me? Well, it matters to me because you can't mistakenly find me via search. Like if you went to the search field and you physically typed in my name, you meant to look for me. That's why it's a warm lead. So I would be a fool not to open your profile, see who you are, see what you're messing with, dealing with in life. Go to your website, find all the problems that you're sitting on so that I can be prepared to have a conversation with you when I decide to accept your connection request or not. Okay. 2 reasons why you want premium. One is because we make a snap decision about you as soon as we see that you have it or you don't. The second reason is because you're going to make some extra money every month if you strategically go to the one page that tells you who has found you via search. There's a reason they search for you. Your job is to find out why and then send them an invoice. Okay? Thank you for that question. Someone else just had their hand up and I missed it.
Can I ask you
Can y'all add the
straight up?
groups in Telegram? Thank you, Miss Tori. Yes, someone can put the, it
That
was
was
Miss
me,
Yvette.
Yvette.
Yep, it
Add
sure
what to
was.
Telegram?
The books. So Miss
Oh,
Already
okay.
Kimberly,
done.
oh, it's already done. So the books are already in Telegram. I can't hang out on Telegram anymore, Dr. Darlene, because they told me that I can only use a phone number to sign up for Telegram. And the phone number that I use is now banned by Telegram.
Oh, well, you got to get you a talk
Mhm.
telephone, a Google Voice number. Like,
That's what I have. Mine is a Google Voice number. I
oh,
miss y'all. I miss y'all in there. I haven't seen anything
you're gonna have to
ever.
find another program to get you another free phone. They got them.
Girl, no, we're not doing all that for Telegram. We are not. Okay. Y'all have my phone number. You can call me directly. You can
Oh,
text me. You can call me.
not
Y'all,
fun. It's no fun. You're missing the fun. That's the point.
I am missing the fun. I am totally
I
missing the
think that
fun.
that may be why they kicked you out because it is a Google Plus number.
Yeah, I think that's why as well. Because I asked them to explain what I did wrong, and they can't tell me anything that I did wrong. So I do think it has to do with the phone number. Um, and I had another phone number for my Wi-Fi, but they have to be able to text you at the number, and I can't receive any text, so I'm kind of stuck. I'm gonna find a way around it somehow.
Yes.
So I got Miss Yvette, and then we'll come back to Miss Sherry.
Okay. Hello, Dr. TJ, Joanna. And I'm sorry I've been kind of quiet on these classes, but I have been looking at the videos and I have been taking major notes. My question today is I want to be a best-selling book. I want my book to be best-selling. I have 3 books that's out, and none of the 3 are a bestseller. 2 is paper, and 1 is an ebook. And I'm in the mix of being 70% done of my 4th book.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, and I believe it was due to the handling of my books being non-effective and the marketing that I pretty much didn't push forward. You know, after the family and the friends, and maybe like 5 to 10% of strangers that bought it, my sales dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to go back. Well, that's the question. Am I able to go back to those books and re-edit, or is it the marketing that I need to push for it?
It could be both. It could be all of the above. So let me ask you this:
Mhm.
the three, no, the 2 that are already published, the paperbacks,
It's 3 that's published, 2 papers, 1 ebook.
2 paper, 1 ebook. What was the ebook about?
Ebook is short stories of inspiring and encouraging passages. So the book
You
is a
said passages?
yeah, passages of
Oh,
inspiring life, love
passages.
life.
Right.
Yeah,
Duh.
passages.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are the other 2 about?
The first one is about an urban love, about a woman that is fighting for her marriage. And in between of fighting for the marriage, she realized she's the only person in the boxing ring. So she didn't find in the mix of trying to fight for the marriage, she found herself, the queen that was in herself. And the second one is called Through, is actually a testimony of my life of going through domestic violence.
Okay, so here is my suggestion, just off the top of my head with the little that you shared. Oh, wait, clarification. You mentioned you're working on the 4th.
Yes.
What is that one about?
That one is actually a victorious one, and it's a it's called Laughter in Hibernation. The things that this woman is doing to get back into life, into living, into her fruitfulness that she has within herself, and the fight and the work that she had to do to get there.
Okay, so I picked this one, this for a 4th book, excuse me, Laughter and Hibernation. I would choose that book. Okay,
Mhm.
so if I'm doing this for you,
Mhm.
And just handing it back to you done. That's the one book out of everything that you've already done that I would focus on, unless I'm creating a whole fifth new book, which I don't recommend. Because technically in this fourth one, you have the pieces that I was looking for in the first three. But the first three, I would let that go. Like, you did it, that's great. There's experience you learn from, right? This fourth one, though, is different because that's the only one out of the ones you described that could lead to further revenue. And you know me, that's all I care about. Okay. If it doesn't have commas and zeros, I'm not interested. So, of the books that you mentioned, the only one that can be part of an actual business model for you that you could monetize is The Laughter in Hibernation. And here's why. In that book, if the book is less about your story and more about the steps for the reader to take, which I know it would be because your story is like first chapter, right? But the rest of the book is laughter in hibernation. So if I'm you, I would create this fourth book, reverse engineering, knowing that this book is supposed to, I don't know what you end up doing, but what this book is supposed to do for you is get you new coaching clients, new paid speaking gigs, and ultimately evergreen marketing so that month in, month out, you are getting paid all from what this one book can create. Laughter in Hibernation isn't a novel. It's not a novel. Okay. If I see it for how you describe the other books, what this is a methodology, a system that the reader would put in place. That if they did these things in the book, that in their own lives, they can see how they are going from point A to point B. And if you can show somebody how to go from point A to point B and hold them accountable, that's called coaching. Miss Yvette, that's a $5,000 package for somebody to work with you for 9 months because they learn what they need to learn in this book, got attached to your brand because now they need more, and they would hire you as their coach. Paid speaking as a result of telling your story and teaching others how to do the same thing to get from point A to point B. Miss Yvette, you're sitting on six figures off of this one book, is what I'm telling you. Okay. You don't have to
Yeah.
do the math. I just did it for you. In my head, I just did the math. You are literally sitting on six figures with this one book. Okay. I wouldn't go back for the others.
Okay.
Normally that is my answer. Normally when somebody comes to me and they say, "Hey, I got these books, none of them hit bestseller. What should I do?" Oh, well, let's get them on the bestseller list. That's simple. But we'll do that today. Okay. I don't recommend that for you. I feel like your future brand, your current and future lane that you're creating for yourself, with the little bit that you told me, it's all about laughter and hibernation from here on out. That's what I would build for you. Nothing else matters outside of laughter and hibernation. That's my 2 cents. I
Thank you
sure
so much.
I really hope that helps. Miss
Yes.
Sherry's coming back, and Miss Gwenveria says she's got to go. Oh, she's going to substitute. Oh, she needs covering,
Take her
y'all.
first if she has a
These
question.
kids today are something different. So,
Really.
but I didn't want to miss this morning. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. It was good to see you today. Just as beautiful.
God bless you. Thank you so much for everything. And I
Thank
will be
you.
talking to you.
Thank you. I
All
look
right.
forward to it. Thank
Okay,
you.
everybody. Love y'all.
All
Too.
right, we're back to Miss Sherry, and then we got Miss Leslie up.
So I went to my, I'm playing with my homepage and I have all these connections. And it says that they reached out based on my recent activity.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And and so do I need to respond to all of them, or like what do you I was reading some of who's who came, and now I can't get back to that page. How did I, oh, my network. I think that's how I,
Your network is going to be where you see the people who sent you a connection request. Okay.
right. And I do have a lot of people on this page, and I guess like I said, I, even though they're sending me a connection request, I should message them back and not just hit connect, right?
Well, so time out because you're talking about two different things here.
Okay,
So let me just clarify for everybody.
thank
Uh,
you.
One thing that you're mentioning is what happens when we receive a connection request. And then part of what you mentioned is what happens when we are sending a connection request. Okay, so let me just clarify something real fast. When you are sending a connection request, this is for everybody. When you are sending, and let me pull it up so it can be a real life example. I'm gonna find somebody I don't know. Because
Some of them say connect and some of them say follow.
message or follow. Yes, that speaks to the fact that you're either connected to someone or you're not. But LinkedIn gives you access to up to 2 or 3 degrees of separation. So
Mm-hmm.
you may not be connected with them, but you still might be able to follow them and or message them because they're in somebody's network that you're connected to. So here's this svelte, pale skinned something uh keynote speaker, top 5 futurist, 6-time best-selling author working with the world's most influential leaders, organizations, and governments in the age of AI. Well, listen here, John, you ain't special because I know somebody who is a 9-time best-selling author. Okay, bro, you ain't shit. Okay. Let me tell you who I know. I know somebody who's got more bestsellers than you. Okay. But here's a man. I don't know this man, which is why I have the option to follow him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also have the option to message him. However, if I hit the 3 dots, the little menu button, if I hit the 3 dots, you see how now I have the menu option to personalize invites. Okay. Personalized invite. At this point, if I really did want John in my network, I would go to that menu and choose personalized invite. By doing so, LinkedIn opens up a new message where I would compose my verbiage and whatnot, and then I would hit the blue button that says connect. Okay. And what I'm advising all of you is that when you find somebody like a John that you don't know and you hit the menu button, you notice that I chose personalized invite, but you could have chosen connect, right? We could have just connected directly to John. And that's what I'm saying. You probably don't want to do that because if you just hit connect, John's going to receive a notification that says so and so wants to connect with you. John opens the notification and there's no message, there's no context. John just sees this woman with a mohawk that he's never seen before, and he's looking like, why would I connect with her? Right? We don't want people to have the opportunity to question why. You want to tell them why when you decide to send an invite. Secondarily to that, I caution you about sending any invites at all because you only have 3,000 invites in your whole LinkedIn life. So if you really want to connect with John, instead of sending John the connection request or a message, instead strike up a conversation with John via messaging and then invite him to send you the connection request. Okay. It does two things. Number one, it maintains your bucket of connection requests. And number two, it shifts the power in the relationship. Okay. It's a subliminal sales technique. It changes the power dynamic in the relationship. If I tell John to send me a connection request, okay, I'm shifting the power structure of this relationship. Okay, and that's the habit I want you to be in when you're sending connection requests. Do not send a blank connection request. Always take the time to send an actual message. So I hope that clarification helps. Now, when you receive a connection request, this is Miss Sherry's question, that she sees these people who sent a connection request. What do you do with these? Should you start a conversation? Should you reach out to the people? Yes and no, depending on what it is you see or don't see when you go to the person's profile. Okay. So if you're looking at your page and you see all the people who sent you a connection request.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm looking at the page right now, I see all of these connection requests. However, I don't see messages with any of these people. So I'm just scrolling through names. There's no context as to who is who and who wants to connect.
Some of them I know.
The ones you know, this is my approach. Maybe it doesn't work for everyone, but for me, when it's someone I know, I compose the message first, knowing that I'm about to accept their connection request. So I pull up the messaging function and I compose my message first, knowing that I'm about to accept their connection request. So it's two things I'm going to do in this one transaction, essentially. I compose a message to someone I know. I personally show up with sarcasm. That's just me. That's what people know me for. So my message is probably going to be some sort of sharp-witted verbiage, letting them know that, you know what, if you try this in the real world with real people, this shit ain't gonna work. I'm only accepting your connection request because I actually know you. But come on, be for real. Is this how you operate in the real world? Okay, that's how I respond to people who send me a connection request and I actually know them, because I know good and well they need this lesson. And I know good and well they try this in the real world with other people and they think it's going to fly. So I'm giving them a lesson at the same time that I'm adding them to my network. For you, when you know someone, go ahead and accept, but always take the opportunity to send a note. Hey, how you been the last couple of years? I haven't seen you. What are you working on? Right. This is networking here. So it's always a conversation to start.
Now, you said to tap the three dots. Every place that there's been three dots on this page have not led me to speak to the connection. So do I have to open their profile, like tap on their face first?
Yes, always. You always have, yeah. Everything that we're talking about looking at, you do have to be in someone's profile. The page that you were on was just your connection request.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I open up her profile and then I tap on the messaging.
Open up the profile and actually read it first. How we know what we're saying in the message if we don't know what's on their page.
Okay.
Right? So we're gonna open. I'm doing this with you. I'm just picking some dude I don't know.
So I picked Stephanie Gibson.
Okay.
First person that's on my page. She's a former bride of mine. She's a neighbor. She lives down the street. She's working right now as a production manager for color trim and quality. We're connected through a few people. And like I said, she's one of my former brides. And
go ahead.
Yeah. So I think Stephanie Conklin commented on a post. This is 2 months ago. Congratulations. I don't know. Maybe it was the Met Gala. I don't know. I don't know what.
That was just her activity that you're looking at. So
Oh, okay.
that
Okay.
doesn't have anything to do with you. That's her activity on the
Her
platform.
activity. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will take that opportunity to message her. When I see things on Instagram that are related to her, she's also a baker. I send her inspiration and yeah, I'll think of a message because
It's simple. You don't even think. It's not worth thinking. When you compose a message to Miss Stephanie, based on the
Mhm,
context you just gave me, the
mhm.
message should be one sentence. Uh, um, I just had it in my mind. Something about hanging out over here in the LinkedIn streets. Oh, good to see you over here in the LinkedIn streets. I send
Mhm.
that one all the time, all the time. Okay, there's no point in thinking about anything at this point. All you're doing is responding and accepting a connection request. Okay.
Okay.
And by doing that, you're starting a conversation. But this is not a conversation with paragraphs, if you feel me.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me share a thought. Another organization that I'm a part of called Grameen, one of a baker associate in there wanted to use a headpiece as a centerpiece on a cake.
Beautiful.
So I was just thinking, do I share that inspiration with Stephanie? Because she's kind of new to the baking game, but she is still in the fashion streets because you know she got bills to pay.
And so your question is, should you share it with her?
Or make that kind of suggestion, or am I?
You're thinking too much.
Yeah,
I,
I'm
I
thinking
see it.
over.
I can see
Yeah,
your
I'm
wheels
thinking too
turning.
much.
I'm literally looking at you and your wheels are turning. Yeah, there's too much thinking going on.
Yeah.
Here's why. You found something valuable that applies to her world. Share
Mm-hmm.
it. That's what we do all day. We share things with people, right? It doesn't have to be context around it. Hey, girl, hey, saw this, thought of you. That's it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think sometimes in the back of our mind, we have these uh, requirements for ourselves that we're supposed to do certain things in order to have a particular result, right? And that's where I think we think too much sometimes. What we're doing over here on LinkedIn strategically is simply starting conversations. That's it. We come up with, our intro, and just like tennis, the ball goes back and forth, the conversation goes back and forth, and eventually in that back and forth conversation, nurturing the relationship, you're you'll begin to see why you're qualified to sell or position your services to somebody that has a problem that you solve. Okay. In the meantime, though, have all the conversations, do all the sharing, message people, because your inbox a year from now is like your diary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm having a day where I'm not quite sure, like if I'm in that imposter syndrome mode and I'm questioning my value, you know what I do to cure imposter syndrome? I go to my inbox. I go to my inbox. It cures imposter syndrome. It cures it because 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of scrolling your inbox will remind you of the dope shit you have done and continue to do. Okay. I hope that helps. If anyone needs y'all better call Miss Tori. Yes, ma'am, Miss Yvette. Yes, number 4 is on the way. Miss Leslie, I thought I saw your hand up.
Yeah, I did have my hand up. I wanted to go back to something you said before about the putting the offer, because you in one of the videos, I think it was that 4 hour when we had, and I couldn't find it per se was where you were talking about how we have to put a call to action in our on our LinkedIn in places to monetize it. And that's interesting because let me go back to it. This young lady reached out to me on LinkedIn, and she said, "Let me see if I could pull up what she said." But basically, she was saying, um, "What my LinkedIn shows that I have all of this ability and I know it, and I'm softly touching it with people that come onto my site." But she couldn't find a particular call to action or an offer to do business with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to get to earlier, but I was excited about all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can you really help us get a little clear on that part?
Mm-hmm.
How, because you were giving us some instruction on how to do that, and I think you said Miss Tori had done it on hers, and I think you had used her as an example of how she was doing it well. But can you just explain a little bit more specifically how I can do that, and
Absolutely.
what that looks like, where it doesn't come off like that's all I'm trying to do is sell?
You are only trying to sell, though. That's
I
the
was about to
reality.
say, I was just about to say that.
You're in business. The only reason we're in business is to sell some shit.
For sure.
Okay.
And I don't have no problem with doing that. And I'm gonna tell you, when Darlena asked that question about whether it was a skill or not, and then you just said imposter syndrome. I'm gonna tell you, imposter syndrome will cause you to not be able to sell.
Exactly.
And when you just said that about going back to look at your page, and it helps you get through imposter syndrome, I literally, when she was saying that, I was saying, well, when I had that, and I think what cured me was when you said last week to us that we got to raise our prices, and I sat and I asked myself, well, what is my problem with raising prices?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always looking at how other clients are valued, but I wasn't looking at my value.
Right.
I wasn't assessing my lifetime value to them. What does
Exactly.
my value help them make? And you
Exactly.
at all of this time just now, what I bring to the table helps them make this. And I thought to myself, I said, if you really break down, some of those fees, $5,000, when you break that down in hours, that's really not a
It's
lot.
nothing. It's nothing. Not compared to the outcome, not compared to the result.
Yeah, because
Right.
I just
It,
said to the girl, she was saying how she gets 4 facials a year. And I was like, that's 4 hours of professional care. What about the other 8,700 and what I think 60 hours that you want to get results, but you only invested 4 hours out of all of that time? That
mm-hmm.
the likelihood of you hitting your goal is not. And when you said that the other day, and I said that, I was like, dang, I am more valuable. So
Mm-hmm.
now I
Yeah.
do understand it is business, and that is the purpose of being there.
That is literally the purpose. Yes.
So how, if you looked at my LinkedIn, where do I plug that part in? And I did just do my I did just do a mock of all of my offerings. I just haven't put it on LinkedIn yet. When you were saying to Noreen that she has to get all her books, I literally just had a mock done of all my offerings. So it'll be getting posted later on today.
You mean your pricing within a graphic, like your background banner?
No, no, literally,
What
you said she has her 9 books.
mm-hmm.
I have
In
my
her banner?
I have my 9 programs that I offer. The
What do you mean programs?
like my
You the wheel. Remember you told me about the wheel? You mean these programs? Where's
yeah,
my
that's inside of there. Yeah, let me see.
that doesn't go in your banner, hun. That
No, not gonna go on the banner, but it is gonna go in my featured area.
I don't even know if I put it there. I don't even know if I put it on your page at all. Here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. For what you have right now in terms of a visual that is supposed to entice someone to learning more about you and what you do, I feel you already have that. If you were to add your actual programs to your featured section, your sales process will be significantly impacted because you're already giving people everything they need up front. That means there's no need for them to ever call you. There's no need for them to ever schedule a discovery session with you. There's no reason for them to ask questions because they saw in your featured section, oh, well, she has A, B, and C. And oh, okay, well, A, B, and C. Oh, look, A, B, and C are 5, 10, 15,000. Oh, okay, I got it. I got what I need. Doesn't go any further. The power you have with your packaging is so powerful that it should only be given to those who are qualified to have that talk with you. The general public is not qualified for that.
Right now.
Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. Yeah, I see that.
Well, you know that reminds me of whenever we're looking at somebody, the first thing they do is they want to talk to you, right? And then once they talk to you, they say, "Well, what was your revenue last year?" Like they ask you all the qualifying questions so that you could determine if they say, "Well, I ain't had no revenue last year." You know, they're not your client. Like, so if you don't have the conversation with them and they're just reading it, they're gonna say, "Oh, 15,000, that ain't me." And you may say, this is 15,000, but you know, after talking to them, you may want to offer them a reduced package with less services, but you won't be able to do that if you don't have the conversation. If they just look at it, they automatically cut you out just by looking at what you post.
No. I think y'all misunderstood. No. I wasn't saying I was listing my services with prices and things like that. I was
just the packages.
No, just a mock, like a digital design where it has like a picture image of the different things, like all of the things that are on my page that I've done and do. A lot of those are in an image.
Well, you're gonna have to show Dr. Tawana.
Yeah,
I think I remember you mentioning it. It's the wheel thing, and each part of the wheel has its own, like it's a cog. Each one is a separate cog that makes up the wheel.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, not that. That's
not that. Okay. I still think it errs on the side of giving too much, though, Miss Leslie. Like if you're putting out your actual framework like that, I still think that might be giving too much to the general public.
I'm gonna send you that. So
please do. That'll help.
I've been on people's LinkedIn's and I've seen them, and that is why I'm asking you, because I didn't know if that was the way to go. I made it.
Yeah, it might help to see it. I would want to see it. And then to answer your question about your call to action and where this can go, this is really for everybody. This is for all of us. So there are, let me start at the top of the page. So there are plenty of places to embed your call to action, everybody. One is the banner. We just talked about the banner for a little while. Some of you can have verbiage on your banner that represents a call to action. It might say something like, download the free LinkedIn review document at such and such.com. Whatever your call to action is, can go in your banner. That's the first place. The second place is your contact information. Let me slow down on this one because we talked about this a long time ago, but I also told you it's what most people skip. So way at the top of your page, everybody, under your name and headline, you should see a link that says contact info. Okay, here's what happens if you hit contact info. This is Miss Leslie's page, and here's why this is right. I gotta find my camera. There you go. The reason this is right is because the default here, when we open someone's page, it only has their LinkedIn URL in there. That's the default. The reason this can be a call to action for you is because you are allowed to add 3 different websites in your call to action. 3. Now, most of you have your website listed because that's the obvious. The reason I consider this to be a call to action, though, could be for some of you, is because if you were strategic about where you're directing us, your website is probably not the place to direct us for sales. Okay, your website is for information. We go to your website to gain information. Who are you? What do you do? Why should I care? There are probably other .coms or URLs that you can direct us to for the purpose of us making a positive buying decision. It is not your website, folks. Okay. So another call to action could be this contact section where you add additional links in there and tell us what to do when we get there. That's a call to action. And then two other most common places. One is going to be the end of your about section. Okay. By the way, if you're on Miss Leslie's page, you guys, she's giving you an excellent example of what an about section is supposed to look like on LinkedIn, meaning she's telling her story. She's giving you the 411 on who she is and what she does and why, right? Just a little feedback for you, Miss Leslie. I just noticed in your about section, I would only add one thing, and that's going to be bullet points with emojis. There's no color, in other words. Other than that, this is very well done. So for everybody, at the end of your about section, okay, so at the end of yours, Miss Leslie, it says every day is a spa day, sacred, purposeful, aligned. And it ends. So we're like, okay, we got to the end. Oh, okay. It abruptly ends. Now what? Okay. Americans are stupid. You got to tell us what to do. I said that out loud.
Clearly, I didn't tell nobody what to do. So I'm in that box.
Right. Tell us what to do. So you're saying every day is a spa day, sacred, purposeful, aligned. The very next paragraph should be instructions and an actual hyperlink, not hyperlink because it doesn't show up as a link on your about section, but the actual .com or whatever the action is that you want us to take. Sometimes the action isn't going to a website. Sometimes the action is, hey, take out your notebook and jot down the 5 things that you're actually intentional about in 2026. Okay, that's still a call to action that you've got to tell us in the bottom of your about section is the first place that we can see a real call to action that has to do with you. Remember, your about section is all about you. It's not about what you do. So a logical call to action at the end of an about section is, hey, now you know a little bit about me. Send me that connection request real quick. Okay, that's a call to action for your about section. And then the last one, folks, is at the end of your experience sections. So remember in the experience section, you have all of the hats that you wear. Remember we did all that content creating for the different roles that you have. Well, each one of those roles, when you open that section, which is a specific section about something specific that you do, at the end, we should see a call to action that's specific to that hat that you wear. So as an example, Ms. Leslie has guest speaker on here. So at the end of the guest speaker section where it says, when I speak, I'm transparent about the struggle, and then I show you how celebrating yourself changes everything. That's the end. So if I'm an event planner and I just read this whole section, it says, and then I show you how celebrating yourself changes everything. But okay, now what? Do you want me to read that again?
Oh, got it.
Right? So the call to action there in the speaker section is probably something like, hey, now that you know a little bit about me as a speaker, why don't you go ahead and download my speaker kit? Okay, so your call to actions go everywhere you've created content, everywhere you've created a message. Your call to action reinforces the message and it makes us go do something. It's not just here on LinkedIn. The pattern that I saw when I was looking at all of you was elsewhere. It wasn't even LinkedIn. It was like, if I saw your Facebook page, let's go through your Facebook page and there's no call to action. Okay. So this is everywhere that you show up with a message. Every time you deliver a message, make us do something. And then tell us what it is. Okay. I hope that helps, Miss Leslie.
That was everything. Make us do something
And
and
tell us what it is.
what it is. Make us do something.
Okay, Dr. Darlaina says she's not sure what should be on our banner, and I pulled it up for you. Um, I'm sorry, the popos are here, and there's a black man outside. Bro, I need you to stay alive. Like, please. I need you to stay alive. Dr. Darlaina, I remember when we created this banner, it means so much to me.
Yes,
Oh, this is sentimental value right here.
I know, right? But it's time for an upgrade, right?
Yeah, it's totally time for an upgrade. And the upgrade here is, and I said this about your profile picture as well. We don't see you. We see like the silhouette of you in both your profile picture as well as your background picture. We can't see you, your face, your smile up close. And if I had your face, girlfriend, it'd be all my pictures be zoomed in. Like, you're gonna see these pores.
Okay.
Zoom in, show us the smile, show us the radiance, right? Like, get all up in that bubble for your profile picture. See, this is what I'm talking about. Right?
It's all cut off.
This is what it looks like. So we don't see your smile.
You know what happened? That was me working on stuff in the middle of the night. You shouldn't be doing stuff when you should sleep. I just literally did that last night.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night. So, because I got everything written out, so I'm going to have it done before the morning.
You were shooting for today.
Yeah,
How about that? I love this color on you. That color is fierce. Hey, you just brought up something I want to share with the group, because I've had this conversation many times with multiple people in this community. So two things. One, I'm going to share what my coach said. When you are looking at all the things that you have to do in life, like you come across anything in life, like I went downstairs this morning to get some coffee, and as soon as I got there, I was like, damn, the kitchen needs cleaning up. Okay, you got something to do. If what you need to do can be done in under 5 minutes, do it now. Okay, if what you have to do can be done in under 5 minutes, do it now. If it can't be done in under 5 minutes, this is the step I need all of you to embrace, because this is where I see the gap. If it can't be done in 5 minutes, put it on your calendar. Okay. Some of you just felt that because I stepped on your toes a little bit, because we had this conversation about, I look at your calendar and I can tell what's important in your life, because the things that you tell me are important are not on your calendar. You tell me you want to make more money, but you don't even have time scheduled on your calendar for sales or sales prospecting or sales calls. You don't have any activity on your calendar specifically designed for you to make money. You got your meetings on your calendars, you got your kids on your calendars, you got your man on a calendar, right? All the things that are important to you. But the things that you tell me you want are not on your calendar. The most important thing that I've noticed in the conversations I've had with you, and the only reason I'm sharing this now is because it applies to several of you. Otherwise, this would be a one-on-one conversation. The one thing that's missing for the majority of you that I spoke to is time on your calendar with your name on it. You don't have Tawana time on your calendar. If you don't have Tawana time on your calendar, then you cannot convince me that Tawana time is important to you. And if Tawana time is not important enough to put it on my calendar, that by default means I am not doing the things that are necessary to celebrate, embrace, and elevate me. Okay, y'all doing all the things for everybody else. I get it. I get it. You want to help. I understand that. The one person that needs the most help is somebody you are ignoring. Is you. It's you. We already had the conversation. We already uncovered all this. I've had this same conversation so many times, and now I'm talking to you as a group, as a collective. As a collective, you have got to put you first. Make you a priority, a bigger priority. Carve out time on your calendar. All of you have calendars that are color coded. So pick a color that is your favorite. Like if you look at my calendar, you will see black all over my calendar. Why? Because black is my favorite color and nearest Tawana time every day now. Every day. And
Okay.
you have it too. You have time in your mind that you set aside for you, but you're not making a firm commitment because it's not on your calendar. If it's not on your calendar, you're not committed to it. How do I know that? Because I know you show up for everything else on your calendar. That's called commitment. But you don't have you on your calendar, which by default means you're not showing up for you. Miss Bridget?
I just wanted to say yes, you just A-Town stomped on my toes with Timberlands on and black socks. Everybody that was here this week know
You
about
said
that.
black
A-Town.
socks.
That was my quote earlier this week about, how we gonna, do other things when we A-Town stomp on people. Because I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Tawana, I realized that the career choice that I have, and what's so crazy, what I do is very logistical. I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
They definitely have plans for me
That are timed.
that are timed. I gotta be a place at a certain time.
Right.
I cannot be out here just visiting all the truck stops and getting a cheeseburger over here, a cup of coffee over there, stopping, get some ice. I can't do. I gotta drive, and I have to be there. But girl, you haven't took note when it comes to you. You hit that hammer on that neck very close, because for me, I verbally plan, but I don't write it down.
Exactly.
I verbally plan, but I don't write it down, and that was a part of me that was so. I've always been a spontaneous person. Like, let's go. We going. Who going to go out of town tomorrow? Let's go. Let's get in the car and go. No plans. That was always me. And that's the part of me that I realized needs work. And that I got from knowing that I need to work on that to not making any decisions. I went from that to making no decisions for progress. And I just stuck with being comfortable doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I'm in logistics.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in logistics and you can't make that, like you said, I think you said it earlier, some of us need healing
Mm-hmm. It's
when
a
it comes
money
to
thing.
money.
It's a money thing. Yeah.
We really need the healing, and it's not so much that we got a problem with, because people tell me I'm selling them on stuff all the time. I do it naturally.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a conversation, and I was talking to Auntie Brenda yesterday, and she was telling me some things, and she told me she has the machine to make the t-shirts. I'm like, Auntie Brand, you got the
You
machine,
got the
and,
machine?
and
What?
we were talking about making shirts. I was ready to quit yesterday. I was like, wait a minute. I'm going up to Philadelphia and New Jersey area and just take a sabbatical up there with them so I can help them. It's like, and you said it earlier as well about when you position yourself to help people that need your help, and that's how you grow with clients. You just position yourself to help the people that ask you for your help.
Right.
And I wanted to thank you because of what we're doing now. I have been open to talking more to everybody. Like, we're connected with each other and we don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
We don't pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm working on XYZ. You want to work on this together?
And that's the perfect
Instead
place to
of,
role play when you're already connected with each other. Some of you are afraid to have these conversations with actual clients, potential clients. You have a group here where you can be role playing in a protected environment. You are safe in here. This is a safe environment for you to practice with each other. You could be role playing in here. You're like, hey, you know what? This sales thing is really getting to me. I'm really struggling to find the verbiage to use when I do see that I'm a match for somebody. Can we role play real quick? Right. This is the
Right.
place to do that. And I mean, you already know each other. You already trust each other. This is a safe space. Well, but I think that if you take advantage of the fact that you have the safe environment with each other and use
Hello,
it as a place
Mm-mm.
to role play with each other, you can get past some of
Dr.
the
Tawana.
fears.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Dr.
Can you hear me?
Loretta. Yes, I can.
Forget about role playing. Let's really do it. We need to make
Singing.
t-shirts. Brenda's got the machine, and
Uh,
uh oh, I got so excited. Bridget made the design already. Forget about role playing. Let's get some
do it.
t-shirts made.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
with
I
you.
got so excited. I'm screaming.
Oh,
Goodbye.
no, no, no.
Look,
Don't be sorry.
I told Auntie Brand that Dr. Loretta would do exactly what she just did. I
And she
said, well,
did. Yeah.
I said, wait till I tell
What
Dr.
did I
Loretta.
scream at everybody?
No, you got excited. I said, Dr. Loretta is going to be over the moon when I tell her that Auntie Brand got the machine. I said, just wait until I tell her. I hadn't
I
told her
think
yet.
I knew that because she made those ching 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 shirts for us.
Right. And she said,
Oh.
but she got a new machine and she
Oh, a
doesn't know.
new one. Oh,
And
you
she
all
don't,
better come on.
she didn't know how to use it. So I went on ChatGPT yesterday and got instructions to her machine. And I told her we can learn it together because there was a young lady who sold me. A young lady got on my page immediately. Yesterday she saw that I posted on January the 8th was the day that my mother got her wings. And she saw that I posted that.
Oh my
Now she had
goodness.
already sold me on making t-shirts. But she got back in my inbox and said, hey, I can make that picture of you and your mama a pillow. She got on my emotional side
Mm,
immediately and sold me on buying the pillows from her
mm.
to make pillows for me. And then I have a conversation with Auntie Brian, and Auntie Brian tells me she got the dang on machine. I was like, what?
Well,
Wait a minute.
we sure got all, and we got the t-shirt patterns that we need to make for a job for Jesus, J for J.
Is we have the thing that I want to say thank you to Dr. Tawana because I did get my page up. I gave up on LinkedIn, but because of you, I did get my page back up. I did put my things together. I'm still working on all of the other logistical parts, but the framework that you gave us for the 12 weeks, I am so happy and grateful that I did do what you taught us to do. I have the page up and it has something on it. And it's not just bare. And when I did one day, you told us about the skills on one week when we talked about the skills, not one day, but the skills the week that we had. I posted my skills and people started sending me connection requests, and I'm just on a free account. And so my focus right now is to do what you're teaching us to do. I got to go back and watch the videos. Those things are resources.
Mm-hmm.
Those videos that we have in the Telegram group is golden. For everybody that's working with Dr. Sawana are listening now, if you did not get it, us in the Zoom room, we have no excuse because you just gave us 12 weeks of gold, 12 whole weeks of gold. And I'm taking this step by step and I'm applying what you just said. If it can't be done in 5 minutes, put it on your calendar
Right.
because I'm the
That
person that
commitment.
I would try to do it in 5 minutes. That's like Darlaina just said, she just was staying up all night. That's me. I'll be like, I can get it done. Wait a minute, give me a minute.
Yeah.
When I went to Dr. Loretta's house, I didn't even sit down. I stood up and fixed her problem.
She
I didn't
didn't
even
sit
sit.
down.
She told me, have a seat, baby. I was like, it's okay. I sit down all day. I
Mm.
stood up
She
and
didn't
fixed.
sit down. She didn't take off her coat. She had her phone and my phone in one hand, and her iPad in the other hand, and for me, and the car was outside to take her back to her truck.
Wow.
and I literally did that, and I probably was in Dr. Loretta's house 45 minutes, not even an hour.
Oh,
Wow.
you weren't here an hour. No,
Wow.
I
you were
wasn't
here
there even an
25
hour.
minutes.
Wow.
So I did what I needed to do for her,
But wait a
and
minute, you got to tell about God. Her company sent her to my exit. The
Oh
terminal
yeah,
where
that's
she
right.
had to go, she came off exit 8. That's my exit. She went
Yeah.
right to the terminal, talked to some
literally,
handsome guy, and said, I got somebody in the neighborhood. He said, well, just move your truck, and we got to load the trailer anyway, and
yeah, he just
called
told
her an
me to
Uber, and she was standing at my door. She was
he
two
told
and a half miles
I
from my house. Now you
Yeah,
I
know
she
that's
was
literally
nothing
saying
was
but
that.
God.
Yeah.
2 miles from her house, and I'm like, the company paid for that trip, so that was a free trip for me. But
Yeah.
just what we're learning and revealing. Thank you, Dr. Tawana,
So
for
welcome.
sewing into us these 12 weeks. I appreciate you, and I am going to uh
Dr. Tawani,
make
we're going to have so many stories. You will be able to just tell the stories that come out of this group.
I love it. I'm looking forward to them all. Miss Bridget, I just hit the button wrong. Is this the right one? Is this you?
yes, that's me.
That is
That's me.
correct. Okay.
So I did get my page up, and I'm working. You can see it's bare bones right now, but I'm
It's
working
there.
on.
You got a page here.
I
And yeah, this is for all of you. Please don't beat up on yourselves if you feel behind. I mentioned all the way at the beginning that this takes a while. What we just did in 12 weeks is something I work with people a minimum of three months to do. A minimum. I got clients who've been with me only for LinkedIn for 2 years. Okay. So please do not beat up on yourself. This is something that takes time to create. We just experienced an abbreviated version of what that journey looks like. So if you're feeling behind, you're not. You're right on time, always right on time. And as you see, by just starting the page and creating it, you see that it actually is work. So when people tell me things like, oh, yeah, I finished my LinkedIn profile this weekend, I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't really. Not effectively anyway. So, Ms. Bridget, congratulations. You have an official page. And girl, who did your makeup? Y'all, did you see this? This is Miss Bridget. Yeah, this is her profile
and
picture, y'all.
believe it or not, that's an AI picture, Doctor
I was
Tawana.
gonna say chat. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
that was an
say that.
AI.
I was gonna say
I
these pores look
they're
perfect, like
perfect.
airbrushed.
Well, I'll tell you what I did do. I
It's
know
AI.
I'm going to take a professional picture, but that picture is the vision I have for myself because I have alopecia. So I
Mm,
told my daughter I'm going to
this is
create
what
that
you
look,
want.
and I'm going to do a
That's the one.
actual photo shoot with me and make it real. But that's my vision for
You
what I
guys
want to do
are.
for myself.
You're all. Several of you are down in Atlanta. I just noticed. So let me show this to you because here is your connect. This is your plug right here. I'm gonna give you the plug in Atlanta. So when you are ready to invest in a brand photo shoot, okay, it's not a regular photo shoot, but a brand photo shoot, you are going to need a brand photographer. And right there in Atlanta, the woman who gets my money, that's Kim Mazing, Kim Mazing Photography.
Okay.
Miss Kim, here's the name of her business so you can see it. It's Kim Mazing Photography. Don't look at the page because she's not my client, so it's clear. But her
Hold it clearer.
photography, yeah, her
Hold
photography
it better,
though.
honey.
Yeah.
Hold it better. There you go.
Yeah.
Kim Mazing Photography. Okay.
I see it. Thank
And
you.
she's right there in Atlanta. Her name is Kim, but she really is amazing. It's probably the best investment in your brand to have a photo shoot with her, and you will absolutely make money off of whatever it is she creates for you, because she does the most amazing brand photography I've seen. And anytime I know I'm going to Atlanta, I would book time with her, go out of my way. I bring my friends and family to the shoot because I know we're going to walk away with some great photos. But for those of you that are there in Atlanta, I highly suggest that you go look at Miss Kamazing and stack some money somewhere, because you know at some point you're going to need her. Uh, I hope that helps, Miss
I
Bridget.
definitely will, because as I'm one of those people when we first started that do a multiplicity of things. And one thing I would not ever forget what you taught us is a fractional CEO. I now know that I am a fractional CEO.
Mm-hmm.
I am capable of doing a multiplicity of things for people, businesses as well. And the thing that I love, Darlaina told us about this. That's something that you told her years ago. Is that people want to pay you, you just won't tell us what to pay you for.
Exactly. It's true.
And so I'm in that box, but I'm getting out of it. I'm kicking the walls down.
Well, you said something. I don't even know if you remember it, Miss Bridget. You said something a long time ago in explaining this, because you described yourself as someone who is the jack of all trades. And whenever I hear that as a brand coach, my brain immediately makes a decision about your brand when I hear that, because it's synonymous with I don't have clarity around my value.
Right.
That's
Right.
what it's saying. So we wear all the hats, we're a Jack, a Jane of all the things, right? But we do that because we have not taken the time to get specific and narrow down what it is that we have that's valuable and unique. So we feel
Exactly.
that if we wear all the hats, that, oh, we'll just cover all the bases.
Right.
Sure,
And
you're
that's
covering
not
all the
it.
bases. I mean, but ask an entrepreneur, ask them, someone
Oh,
who's
that's
been in
tiring. That's
business 5, 10 minutes, 10 years. Ask them how much they spent on being a jack of all trades. They will tell you they
a
go
lot of
broke
money.
because they're selling to everybody. They're
Ask
selling to
me. Ask
everybody,
me. Ask Dr. Tawana.
right?
Just in 2 seconds, I'm gonna tell you three things that I'm involved in where I have spent a multiplicity of money: travel, transportation, and taxes.
Oh
That
wow,
don't
yeah.
include that I have a publishing business where I assist people with publishing books. And I did this, I published books while driving the truck. So I never stopped driving the truck. And I'm on the truck. I had a printer on the truck, Dr. Tawana. I had all these things going. And I said, let me tell you something. It was survival mode, Dr. Tawana.
That's exactly
Survival
what it
mode
is.
wore me out. And that's why I gave up on LinkedIn, because
Mm-hmm.
I was in survival mode and I got tired.
Mm-hmm.
I got tired of, I'm just like, I'm the type of person, I told you, I'm not a person that believe in half-assing. I'm either going to do it all the way or I'm not going to do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose not to do it at all. I was just like, you know what? I'm tired. I have spent so much money. I became a publisher because I spent $2,500 on people who didn't do nothing for me in the publishing business, but take my manuscript that I had already wrote and edited, put it in the book, slap the I did a photo shoot for them. I
Mm-hmm.
paid for the photo shoot. They put the ugliest cover ever on my book.
Mm-hmm.
The ugliest cover ever. And it was my face on the front of it. They didn't do anything to make it beautiful at all. They just said, okay, here's your book. We want our $2,500. And I paid them. I paid them, but after I paid them, I learned how to do it myself
I was gonna
properly.
say, if you got, I mean, you have what sounds like the pieces to not only do this for yourself, but if I'm you
Mhm.
and I want to gain clarity in order to grow my business revenue, I'm going to ditch all the other hats for 2026. And in 2026, I'm going to focus only, keyword only, on quarterly. Can we just be quarterly? Yeah, quarterly anthologies. Let me
That's
make
it.
this real for you. You got how many people? You got 13 people in here today. If
Mm-hmm.
if 7 people, so half, if 7 people every single quarter sign up to be in your anthology and all 7 people pay you a minimum of $5,000 just to have a chapter in your book, that is a repeatable, remember we said pitch, sell, up, close, repeat. This is a repeatable sales process. Okay.
Absolutely.
The Lisa Nichols, the Ian Levon Zantz, these people have done anthologies for the last 2 decades. That's why we
They
don't
live
see them anymore. It's because they make so
is
much money on the anthologies. We don't need to
exactly,
see. Okay.
exactly.
That's what you're sitting on. That's what you
That
have, Miss Bridget.
let
Okay,
me put in my
okay,
look,
okay,
look.
okay,
Let
okay,
me
okay,
put.
okay. We're gonna be here till tomorrow if I don't stop. Okay, we've been here since 8 a.m. So please let us, Bridget, you know I love you, right, girl? You know I
I'm
love you.
shutting up. I'm quiet. I ain't saying
Okay,
nothing
okay,
else.
okay, okay, okay. So Sherry got her hand up. Let's take Sherry's hand, and then anybody got anything else? Hurry up, put it in the chat. I want us to close out in the next 5 minutes because I got shit to do.
Well, do I
Me
get to
too.
close?
Hold on.
I sure
Hold
hope
on.
so. I sure hope so. Before we close
Do I
out with
get to
Miss
close?
Sherry, I
Yes,
hope
Dr. Long.
so. I'm gonna put this
Don't
in
worry
the
about me.
chat.
She can close. I don't even remember what my question was. I started doing different things and I was like, "Oh, I don't even remember what my question is no more."
I
Well,
just
So
put my
Dr.
phone number in the
anyway,
chat for
I
anyone
can't
who
see
needs it.
Dr. Tawana on Monday. So I'll ask my question on Monday.
So that was
It'll
what
be
I
back
was
to
about to
me.
say. We have her phone number. Those of you who are
Yeah, I have a
in
standing appointment.
all of you who are in social media places, you don't get the same benefits that we get in the Zoom room. Those of us that are in the Zoom room have this
Now
privilege
you got
that
the
we do
number.
have
Yes.
Dr. Tawana's direct phone number, so we can call, but you can get on her calendar. Look up the LinkedIn professor, Dr. Tawana Ross. Get on her calendar. Ask any questions that you have. She does have an amazing discovery call that you can get, and she will give you the blueprint, but probably 9 times out of 10 you won't do it. So you'll need to hire her, and so she will always come up with a plan that is specific for you. She definitely has her base prices for the things that she does, but I promise you her heart is bigger than even what she charges. So do the thing and get in the thing because we need the thing for 2026. Because, like I said earlier, some of you have not gotten to 2026 yet. You have slid 2025 straight up into 2026, doing the same exact things that you were doing in 2025.
No,
They didn't work last year. They're not going to work this year. So, in order to really lean into 2026, you got to do something you've never done before.
that's right.
We hire a coach. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. Dr. Long, please give us our blessing for today.
Am I unmuted already?
You
Yeah,
are.
I'm blessed going in.
I am
I'm
blessed.
blessed
Let's
going
going
in.
I'm
in.
blessed coming out.
Blessed
I'm
coming out.
blessed
Let's
coming
coming
out.
out.
I'm blessed in the city.
I'm
Blessed
blessed
in
Blessed
in
in
the
the
city.
city.
I'm blessed in the field.
I'm
Blessed in
blessed
the
Blessed
in the
in
field.
the
field.
field.
I am always in the right place at the right time
always in the
I'm
Always
always
in the
in the
Always
right
in
right
the
place at
right
the
place
right
at the
place
time.
right
at
time.
the
with
right
the right
time
people.
right
The
With the
right
right
with the
people.
right
people.
people.
Doing the right thing
Doing the right
Doing the
thing
right thing.
for the right reasons,
for the
For the
right
Right
reasons.
reasons.
and everything is in divine order.
Everything is
Everything
in
is in
divine
divine
order.
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 As Jabez said, bless us indeed.
As
As
Jabez
Jabez
said,
says, bless us
bless us
indeed.
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 Expand our territory.
Expand
Expand our
our
And our
territory.
territory.
Extend an open hand of favor to us
Extend an open
Extend an
hand of
open
favor
hand of
to
favor
us
to us
favor to
that we
us.
may do no harm.
that we
that we
may
may
That
do
do
we may
no
do
harm.
no harm.
And we let go and let God.
We
Go.
let
Let
go
We
go,
let
and let
go
let
God.
and
God,
let God.
And then go with the flow
and
Go
then
with the
go
Go
with
flow
with
the
the
flow.
flow
and let the blessings and the money roll in.
And
and
let the
let
and
the
Let
let
the
the
blessings and the
blessings
blessings and the
money
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 roll in
roll
roll
in
in.
From the north, south, east, and west.
from the
from
The
north,
north,
south,
south,
east, and
east, and
west,
west.
and west.
From above and beneath.
above and
From
beneath.
above
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 and
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 beneath,
beneath.
From known and unknown sources.
And known
from
and
known
known
and
Known
and
and
unknown
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 sources.
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 Doctor, tell us about our money.
we have supernatural unlimited money sowing supernatural unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance so we never run out.
Never
Never
run,
run out.
We
never run.
always have more than enough.
Always
We
have
Always
always
have
have
more
more
than
than
More
enough.
enough.
than enough.
More than enough to do anything our heart desires.
More than
More than
More
enough
than
to
enough to
do
enough
do
to do
anything our
anything our
hearts
heart
anything God
desire.
desires.
desires.
More than enough to do anything God puts on our hearts to do for others.
More than
More than
enough to do
to do
anything
anything
God
God
puts on
puts on
our
our
hearts
hearts to
to
do
do
for
for
others.
others.
We have money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep.
money to
Have
spend.
money to
Money to
spend,
spend,
money to
money
lend,
to lend,
and
and
money
money to
to
keep.
keep.
And we break off some of that kept money and put it back in the ground for our next harvest. Because our bank is in heaven.
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 And we're the branch banks. We're the spout where the money's coming out. God's going to send that money through us into every place He wants to water in this universe. So come on, everybody, keep your spout open and out of clutter and go do your thing. Branch banks. Hallelujah.
Thank you, everybody.
Hallelujah.
Happy Friday.
Thank you, Dr. Tawana.
Thank
Thank you, Dr.
you. I
Tawana.
appreciate you all. Thank you all.
Best, best,
Thank you,
best.
Dr. Darlaina. Remember, we wouldn't have had these sessions if it weren't for Dr. Darlaina. Thank
Oh,
you, Dr.
we know our gem. We know our crown jewel.
She is the crown
She
jewel,
is the
y'all.
crown jewel.
Thank you so much, everybody. That makes me feel so amazing. Uh, but Dr. Tawana, please don't make this your last time seeing us. We are here 7 days a week. So any of the days, especially while you're on vacation and nobody's checking for you, well, we checking for you. But while you're on vacation, please pop in any day of the week. And we promise we won't inundate you with questions. We will let you just be a part of the.
Yeah, we won't bother you with 59,000 questions.
So
You
please.
make our family perfect.
Yes,
Oh, thank
yes.
you. I will take you up on that invitation. Absolutely.
And this has been 12 weeks of just the most amazing information this is what we talk about, the right time, right things, right time, right place. This
Right people.
this is the perfect time for all of us to get our LinkedIn in order. We've been asking for this money for 4 years. 4 years we've been here. We've been at 1,480 days. We've been trying to find our way. And God finally said, listen, I know y'all lost. Let me fix you. Y'all posting 25 times a day in Instagram. You posting all this stuff in TikTok. You doing all this stuff. But you're not doing it in the place where people go to spend money.
And you don't tell them where to come to spend it.
And Scene walks in Dr. Tawana Ross 12 weeks ago and said, let me show you where to spend some energy so that it changes your bottom line. You keep asking for it, you keep on knocking, keep on asking, keep on seeking, and now we have it. We have it right here. And we have the recordings, the videos are available. They're in the I think I have to add like the last two or three or something, but the first couple of weeks are there. They're there. So all you have to do is go back and start over. And Dr. Tawana, if you want all of those recordings, I know you asked for one, but if you want all of them, just let me know and I'll send you what we have, all of them. I'm certain that this could be repurposed to something else for something else that you could use somewhere so that all of this work that you have done has not been for naught, that it is something that you could use again. So we are so grateful and thankful for this last 12 weeks. And again, the invitation stays open. Please join us anytime you have time to come in and see us. So with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. One last thing. Tomorrow we restart chapter 1 of The Artist's Way. We just did 12 weeks of The Artist's Way, and that has been life changing too. So we're going to go back over for those of you who got lost somewhere in the mix. We're starting back over this 12 weeks, the beginning of this year. So be ready tomorrow. Sometime after the call, we're going to start The Artist's Way, chapter 1 again. So thank you again for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.